Jack Brewer is the founder of the Jack Brewer Foundation, and we are honored to have him in studio today.
Yes.
All right. So listen, I listened yesterday to what President Biden had to say about MAGA. And, well, actually, let's just listen to this Clinton soundbite about Biden's deplorables.
Half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it.
So we've made it all the way from there. President Trump winning, 4 years President Trump, now President Biden. He's reframing deplorables into this MAGA, ultra MAGA kind of insult. He's really trying to bring in this idea that white supremacy is America first. Where do you stand on this?
Shame on our president. I'm a guy that I pray for our president.
Yeah.
I got my Bible with me right now. But when you start to speak this way and penetrate that type of division upon a nation, upon the soul of a nation, you're talking about MAGA people are people like me, that look just like me, that feel just like me, that stand up for what's great in the United States of America. I fight each and every day for kids in the inner city, kids locked up in prison, kids that are fatherless. We have a nation that has the most fatherless kids in the world. And then you're going to tell me that folks just like me that have my belief system, that have done so much blood, sweat, and tears for this nation, that we are the worst political group ever. Let's not forget the Democratic Party created the KKK. I have a lot of my family members who have suffered from extreme racism. And so to have a president say things like this, I take it personal. And I pray for him, and he needs to do something. But this also gives us a little bit of an idea of where we're going as a nation and what we're going to see coming into 22 and coming into 24. This is going to be a divisive battle, and we see what the root cause of it is, and it starts right in our White House today.
Yeah, and he made that comment during the same speech where he was arguing against the Roe versus Wade being disbanded, and he said that he used the phrase that he's a child of God. And a lot of people say that if you are fighting to keep abortion in place at a federal level, and then you talk about being a child of God, and in another speech he said that the Roe versus Wade law is what all religions support. I mean, how can you make that statement? And he's a Christian person, so I think he's actually struggling with his party's position on Roe versus Wade.
I think he's struggling himself internally, spiritually. Yeah. He's spewing the spirit of the Antichrist on the United States of America, a place that was founded by people pursuing God. And so to have this type of battle happening right now, it's a spiritual battle. But it really is sad because as a black man, some of these things offend me because I'm looking at abortions which are just decimating the black community. We already are the most fatherless. And when you look at who has the most abortions per capita, it's those young black girls, right? I was fooled as a young man. I had abortions before. And to think about really the play on words that happen with the most vulnerable people, including myself, it's just not right. And so the president needs to take responsibility for that and understand who he's damaging. I mean, you look at our nation right now, the only minority group in America that hadn't grown in 50, 100 years is the black population.
Why is that?
It's because of abortion and these policies that are hurting our people. So if you look at our school system right now and you look deep inside, we're passing kids that are making D's and F's and telling them that they're victims and they can't learn. And so what happens to them? They end up going to jail. They end up getting involved in gun violence. Just last year, just in one city in Chicago, you had 407 kids killing other kids. You're talking about 12, 13, 14, 15-year-olds shooting each other. And so our community is hurting right now. We have an issue in America that we all need to start taking a stand and understanding and doing something. This is not about white, black, green, purple. We're all Americans. Yeah. And so at some point, we need to get to where that leads the conversation and not trying to paint a picture on MAGA, which I just was in Omaha, Nebraska with 14,000 MAGA folks laying hands on each other, praying over each other.
Well, Jack, you talk about these kids kids, the 14, 15-year-olds in places like Chicago that are getting in trouble when they should be leading and becoming leaders and really showcasing the best of America. Dave Chappelle was attacked on stage just a few nights ago. He had just beat up security. Obviously, that didn't work. This person, we don't know everything about it, but it comes on the heels of what happened with Will Smith and Chris Rock. What kind of example are we putting out there, both as celebrities, and now where kind of are we as a country if we feel like we can just attack somebody for saying something we don't like?
You know, law and order, when you say that, they try to paint that as a racist picture.
Yeah.
But where do you go to the communities that have the most issues? And you see here, another black person attacking a black person. No different than Will Smith and Chris Rock. And this is what's sad about America, is that now the most vulnerable have been lied to. And now we think that we're victims, and we think that, you know, we're not being held accountable. We hate the police officers because that's been put in our ear. And so this is just too much. Whenever you have so much freedom in your mind that you think that you are above law and order, there's a real problem with that. No matter if you're the mayor, no matter if you're a state leader, a governor, a president, we need our leaders to stand up for law and order. We need to stand up for law enforcement.
You said it's too much. You said it right. This is too much. It's a scary time. You're fighting the good fight. Jack, thank you for waking up early, joining us this morning in the studio.
Thank you for your leadership.
What a pleasure.
God bless you.